Hi, and welcome to your Summer Fire Series, Part 1, where we will be looking at ways to strengthen our deep core, our transverse abdominis. We'll be using pranayama and deep core drills to really feel that inner fire. So core work is one of my favorite things to do to just improve overall health. The mind and gut connection is a real thing, and the stronger we feel in our core, the better we feel within our emotional mental body. So I find the two are highly related, and they work together. So today you're going to need 2 stretchy bands, a long one and a mini band, and 2 bricks. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So take a moment and just find your seat. You know, so much about our core is how we carry ourselves and how we stack our ribs over hips. And it's not to say that we need to be doing this all the time, but we want to be able to know when we are in alignment and out of alignment, when we are in an optimal position for breathing and posture, and when we're not. So we'll kind of work on that today too. So with the eyes closed, just lean all the way back into the back of your sitting bones. Let your pelvis kind of rock back, and then rock all the way forward and let your front of your ribs splay and your belly go forward. And then see if you can find the middle ground to where you're not all the way back in a posterior tilt or all the way forward in an anterior tilt, but you're just neutral. And I heard a trainer talk about the bowl of soup analogy, where if you tilt your pelvis back, the bowl of the soup will spill. If you tilt it forward, the bowl of soup will spill. So keeping that bowl nice and safe. And then once you feel that position in your body, trying to lift up from the low belly, feel that lift through the spine, lift through the sides of the waist, shoulders relaxed. And just breathing in and out through our nose, letting go of any tension that you may feel around the forehead or the mouth, the jaw. And see if we can do some good 360 breaths. So breathing into the front, the sides, and the back of the lungs. Really broadening in all directions. Good, last breath here. And then letting the eyes open, and we'll grab our band. So I love to breathe this way, and it brings new awareness to the back of the body. And also this is a great way to make sure that we are doing diaphragmatic breathing and that the function of our diaphragm and our pelvic floor is good. So real tight, everything tight. You're going to inhale into the stretchy band in all directions. Let your pelvic floor relax. Good, broad. And then picking up your pelvic floor, breathe like you're blowing through a straw. Tightening, tightening, tightening as you go. And then again, inhale. Good, lifting pelvic floor and exhale. Good. And again, to inhale. Good, picking up pelvic floor. Good, inhaling. And pick up your pelvic floor. Good, inhale. Picking up your pelvic floor, lifting. Exhale. Good, inhale. And picking up pelvic floor. Good, 2 more, inhale. And picking up pelvic floor. Good, last one, inhale. And picking up pelvic floor. Good, now keep everything tight. And just little breath through the nose. Widening the ribs, keeping the pelvic floor up. TVA is turned on. If you can feel the back ribs expanding. You don't want to go up and down. You want to go out and in. You should feel warmth in the front of your belly. And release. Very nice. Good. Changing the cross of the shins. Good. Sitting nice and tall. And taking the hands behind the skull and lifting up. Okay, so we're going to go side bend. And we're going to rotate to the floor. We're going to hinge over that leg. Rotate all the way back. Side bend. Rotate towards the knee. Forward and back. Back to your starting position. You start doing a little bigger side bend. Twist. Forward bend. Up. Side bend. Twist. Forward bend. Up. Side bend. Twist. Forward. Up. And side bend. Twist. Forward. And up. Fantastic. Good. Releasing that. Okay, so we're going to move into the core series now. We're going to do about 5 different drills. Now, at any point that you need to stop, you need to rest, you do that, okay? But we're working on this deep core activation today. So let's start with some tilts. So you're going to have the soles of the feet onto the floor, about hips width distance. You're going to let your pelvic bowl tilt forward. You're going to breathe into the sides of the body. And then you're going to pick up your pelvic floor, breathing through a straw. Tightening, tightening, tightening. Good. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. Everything narrowing. Good. Again, inhale. And exhale. Good. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Ribs down, everything tightening up. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Arms to the sky, legs up. Okay, into our dead bugs. Low back doesn't leave the floor the whole time now. And you're going to go 1 arm, 1 leg. And slowly back. Go forward a little bit. And we alternate. 1 arm, 1 leg. Back. And if you feel like your low back is lifting, right, only go into the range where you can keep the low back down. Good, last one. Okay, give yourself a hug. Getting our stretchy band. We're going to set our arms back with a brick underneath the pelvis. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to try to keep as much of my back ribs down as I can. I'm going to have my strap holding my shoulders and my arms in place, giving that little pull. And then I'm going to keep the back of my ribs down as much as I can, okay? And then I'm going to do some heel taps. Inhale down. Down. All right, stabilizing those ribs. Only moving from the hip. Ribs down. Nice and flat in the front. You don't want any doming. If you're doming, then don't do as big a range of motion. Only move your leg as far down as you can keep everything still. This is what's going to teach you how to stabilize your core. And these are the skills we need for things like handstand, forearm balance, right? Even just good balancing postures. And if you run, if you lift weights, all of this will really help. One more. Good. Now knees in. And now we're going to lift the pelvis a little bit higher up onto that brick. Now we're going to squeeze the legs. Now we're going to pull. And then gently back. So pulling from your low belly, pull. Back. Lift, pull off. Back. Pull. And pull. Good. Okay, right leg forward, left knee in, release your band, give that a squeeze. Holding there, ribs down, and then change. Just gonna move my brick down a little bit and changing here. Nice and slow. Keeping those ribs in, everything tight. Good, feet down. Okay, so tailbone towards your heels, lifting off. Get your little mini band now around the thighs. So going into a little bit of bridge work. This is for the posterior core, right, the back of the core. And we can think about the low back here is really kind of the back of the core. And I like to train my low back really with that in mind, right, that the low back is an integral part of the core. So feet a little wider than your hips. I'm going to exhale, long side body into your bridge. Good. And then we're going to march the legs. So you're going to push up into the band and down. Push, down, glutes turned on, push. Try not to let your pelvis dip too much. And if you need some support, right, you do a little hold just to help stabilize here. Otherwise, you're here pushing. You can also do this with ankle weights. It's a great option, this then. pull. Push it up. Push. Push. One more each side. Push. One more. Push. Good. Releasing there. Good. Release that band. Give yourself a hug. We'll come into all fours position next. Swinging the legs around, and we'll get our purple band. Okay, so we're going to do some banded cat-cows now. And you're going to use this band to press the widest part of our ribs up. So you hold it, place the hands down, walk back just slightly with the knees, and then we're going to arch and round. Tailbone up, tailbone down. And you're just moving here. Trying to get the spine moving as you go. Good, and now we're going to do a little tail wiggle. Wiggle that tail to side. And then some rib circles. Just mobilizing these ribs. Circle. Go both directions. Very nice. And then slowly lift the strap and sit. And you're going to hold the band, ribs back, core turned on, and up and out. Okay, so I'm pushing, and I want to really feel this in my core, keeping those ribs down. Ribs pushing back. And good, keep the band there, step your right foot forward, keep pressing the ribs back, forward and back. Good, see if you can step up, ribs back, forward bend, keep the ribs broad, stretch that band down towards the mat, relax your head. Try to broaden the back of your body. Good, roll it up. Good, arms forward. Left knee back. Right leg back and sit. Good, holding there. Breathe there, push the ribs back. Good, and again, forward and back. As you stretch your arms forward, your ribs move down. I'm at a little bit of an angle, mostly forward. Two more. Good, come up. Good, and forward and back. Ribs back. Good, go forward, lift. Forward bend. Pulling down. Relaxing the head. Broadening. Good. Round it up. Good, and right foot back. Left foot back. And sit. Very good. Releasing that band from around. Good. We're going to move now into down dog. Lifting up. Good. Just pedaling those feet. A few breaths. Good. One more. Good. Step to the top of your mat. Take your mini band around your feet. And soften your knees and roll to stand. Good. I'll face you for this part. Okay, so standing on the right foot, we're going to go left leg up. So we want to keep our ribs down and in, even as we drive the knee up and around. Okay, so I'm keeping my hands on my ribs just to make sure that they don't move. Four, five, good. 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Face back. Go forward. And hands down. Lower into a squat. Now you might find you want to put a couple bricks here. Go for it. Feet wide into the band. Pressing out. Good. We'll go forward. Good. So I'm going to sit quite tall. I'm going to stretch my legs forward. Hands behind the head. Okay, and I'm going to pull each leg in. Pull. Pull. Ribs down. Pull. You want to feel that tightening each time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9, 10. Very good. Releasing that. You can stay on a brick or two or remove as we take our legs wide to finish. Wonderful work with the core today, everyone. Come forward. Take a brick under your head. Relax the shoulders. Good. Inhale to come up onto our back, spinal twist. Giving yourself a hug. Knees to one side. Stretching out. And to the other. And then coming forward for our Shavasana, tailbone nice and long. Letting that inner gaze turn towards your heart as you rest. Let the belly relax, let the back relax. Starting now to deepen your breath. Bringing some movement to your fingers and toes. Rolling to one side, pausing there. And then coming up to a comfortable seat. Bringing hands to the heart. And we bow our heads to our hearts in gratitude for this time that we have to practice together, to move together to work on our core strength. We'll finish with one Om, taking a big inhale. Om. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for part 1. Please stay tuned for parts 2 and 3, all about the core. I'll see you.